given everything that's happening with the virus and the response, a couple friends and I were talking the other night that it may be an opportunity for a reset to look at some things in a different way that we did before, or things that were hard to change in the past because they were the way we've always done things. This might be a good opportunity to reinvent. What do you think about that?
Oh, wow. That is deep. Of course it is. And I think I alluded to that in my previous response. I'm somebody who absolutely fundamentally believes in universal access to healthcare. That's not really a local issue, but I worked on Affordable Care Act education and outreach for 4 years, specifically to entrepreneurs and small business owners. And access to healthcare through employment really can create a lot of barriers to access to healthcare. It's really hard to afford, particularly for most of our economy who's working for, if you're self-employed, chances are on average you're earning $50,000 a year, working 80 hours a week. Being able to pay for your own health insurance on top of that of, let's say, a workforce of somewhere between 5 to 10 employees, it's not really reasonable. And I think that's one microscopic issue that we all should kind of be thinking to ourselves. We've seen during the governor's press conferences the question of, when somebody's being admitted to the hospital, what does that mean in terms of asking for health insurance, and should they or should they not get treated? And so it's an interesting time in our country just on the topic of healthcare and how we interact with healthcare. And quite frankly, I'm petrified that a lot of folks are going to be going to the ER out of necessity, as most people do when they're going to the emergency room, only to come out of it with thousands of dollars in bills. We know nursing homes are really struggling to provide the basic necessities while investing tens of thousands of dollars almost daily in extra protective equipment. And again, it's just an interesting time to ask ourselves, if we believe that government can be a force of good in our lives, or if we believe that there are some things that socially make sense for us all to be invested in, should we be doing that and be doing that better? And honestly, a time like this can really, really highlight that.